Welcome back LT Gamers, my name is Tom and today we're diving into the fiery depths of strategy with Solium Infernum. Before we get started, a quick shout out to League of Geeks who give me early access on this one. They are the masterminds behind this devilishly good game. If you're familiar with their work on Armello, which is a game I've played a lot of, you know you're in for a treat. So what exactly is Solium Infernum? Picture this, a grand strategy game where politics, intrigue and betrayal reign supreme, all set in the ultimate arena of hell itself. You're not just playing to win, you're vying for control of the infernal throne, which is left vacant by the disappearance of the Prince of Darkness. In this turn-based inferno, you'll be commanding legions of demons, casting dark spells and plotting your way to power. It's a game where alliances are fragile and every move could lead to your downfall. So let's talk about this game, what sets Solium Infernum apart, and how does it fit into this grand strategy pack. So let's take a look at the single player modes that are available. First off, we have a game tutorial, which is quite a robust one I must say, and equips you with the understandings you're going to need to dive into this game. It is quite complex, so I highly recommend people to start here. Next up, we have the single match or scenario setup, where we can click into this. We can set up various map types, sizes, places of power, players, and game length. A lot of fun, a lot of customization available here. And then finally, we have a feature that I always felt was missing from Armello, and this is a Chronicles, or I would say scenario-based format, where you can actually undergo a game with a various degree of different challenges depending on what character you pick and your path to victory that you need to achieve. They go from moderate difficulty to insanely hard difficulty, or hellish difficulty as they say here, and these are a lot of fun. I have played quite a few of them already. I haven't managed to complete any yet, but I'm having a really good time attempting them. So in the infernal playground of Solium Infernum, we have a lot of gameplay mechanics to take a look at. First up is diplomacy. This is your ability to interact with other players, and it is absolutely crucial to this game. You can negotiate treaties, forge alliances, and when the time is right, inevitably plunge a dagger into the back of your closest ally. Every interaction in this game is like a delicate dance of deception, manipulation, and an element of bluffing as well. There is no trust, you all know you're out to kind of do each other over and get one up, but it's about when you do it and when you kind of press your advantage on your opponents. It is a very interesting and intriguing dynamic in this game. Next up, we have resource management. This is broken down into tokens that are generated through tribute. The 4 tokens are souls, ichor, hellfire, and darkness. These are the currencies of hell, and you need to manage them wisely in order to further your agenda. Expand your influence, raise armies, and unleash hellfire upon your enemies. And you all need to do this while managing these dwindling resources, which are always in finite supply. Territory control is another vital aspect of gameplay. You need to defend and conquer territories in hell's unforgiving landscape, strategically taking over places of power to secure your grip and generate resources. Finally, we have rituals and dark arts. This is where you can unleash devastating spells and rituals to gain an edge over your opponent. From summoning infernal beasts to casting curses upon your enemies, the power of the dark arts is yours to command, but just be prepared to face the consequences in dabbling in these forces beyond your control. Now, from the mechanics, we can delve into the depths of strategic options awaiting players in this game. It's not just about conquering hell, it's about how you choose to do it. First up, we can talk about victory conditions. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to winning. Whether you prefer to flex your military might, pull the strings of political manipulation, or delve into infernal rituals, there is a path to victory that's going to suit your style. And it's this versatility that reminds me of the other game that they've made, Armello, and it really highlights these multiple paths to victory and adapting to the map and playstyle of your opponents. To complement this, Solium Infernum offers a diverse set of characters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyles. You can customize your demon prince to tailor to your strategy of your preferred approach. So whether you want to be a cunning diplomat, a fearsome warlord, or a master of dark sorcery, the choice is really yours. And with this, it offers a great deal of replayability. Each playthrough of Solium Infernum I've done, I was faced with a new set of challenges and opportunities, and I can only imagine what this is going to be like in the multiplayer arena. The ever-shifting landscape of Hell ensures that no two games are alike, and whether you're facing off against different opponents, exploring new strategies, or uncovering hidden secrets, there's always something to discover in the depths of damnation. Now let's take a closer look at the atmospheric design and immersive qualities that make this game stand out. First off, let's talk about the user interface. It is clean, functional, and it's providing all the information you're going to need to navigate the infernal politics of Hell. However, I got to admit, in the beginning it was quite overwhelming. There was a lot of information to take in, and so do give yourself some adjustment time to get used to this. Visually, I think the game does a great job at bringing Hell to life on your screen. The art style is dark, gritty, and perfectly captures the sinister atmosphere of the underworld. However, I must say I did feel there were moments where I felt the screen could use a splash of colour here and there. It's a drab environment, I do understand that, but a little bit more variety wouldn't hurt. From a sound perspective, eerie music, chilling sound effects, every auditory element really hit the right note, and a lot of haunting melodies and sinister whispers drew me deeper into the depths of Hell. And then I think I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the rich lore and narrative that's woven throughout the game. As someone who is very drawn to mythology and things of this ilk, I was really captivated by the different characters, the different demons that we encountered, and learning about them, reading the cards and so on. So the game's lore really adds depth and complexity to the experience, and that made it feel quite a bit more significant when I was taking choices. Now let's talk about the multiplayer experiences that will be present in Solium Infernum. From my experience with their similar title, Armello, I believe this game is going to shine brightest in the multiplayer arena. Like its predecessor, the strategic depth and social dynamics of playing against other human players will undoubtedly elevate this experience to new heights. Unfortunately, of course, due to my early pre-release access, I wasn't able to set up multiplayer games by myself. However, based upon my knowledge of playing against the AI and its mechanics, I'm confident that multiplayer is going to be the most thrilling and strategic aspect of this game. One thing to note, however, is that this game is very slow paced overall, especially for those accustomed to faster paced strategy games. Even amongst the turn-based strategy arena, it may drag a little bit. But fear not, I think the developers have added plenty of options to cater to different playstyles and preferences, so you don't have to play synchronized games, you can play desynced games and take your turns when you have time. And I really like that they've added this capability. So even though I wasn't able to experience it firsthand, I have really high hopes for this game's multiplayer experience, and I think it's something to keep an eye on for the future. Alright LT gamers, it's time to wrap up our journey through the Infernal Realms and give my final thoughts on this intriguing game. Let's start with the pros. Solium Infernum offers a unique and robust experience in the realm of 4X and board gaming. It's not your typical strategy game, and that's what made it very compelling for me. With multiple paths to victory and countless ways to betray and destroy your opponents, every game felt like a battle of wits and cunning. However, it's worth noting that Solium Infernum is a slower paced game overall, and while this may not appeal to everyone, I found it to be a refreshing change of pace, allowing for me to think deeply and have a bit more intricacy in my political maneuvering. Plus, the addition of scenarios to this game is going to add a lot more variety and replayability. Of course, I didn't get access to the multiplayer as of yet, so I think that is going to augment the experience very strongly as well. On the downside, there were moments where it did feel a little bit drab, and the slow pace is definitely not going to be for everyone. But despite these flaws, I do feel that Solium Infernum is a delightful and strong offering from League of Geeks. With its unique gameplay mechanics, deep strategic options, and immersive atmosphere, I can see myself sinking many hours into the fiery depths of Hell. For that reason, I'm giving Solium Infernum a very solid and high 8 out of 10. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this review. If you have, feel free to drop me a like, help me out on YouTube with the algorithm. Comment your thoughts on what you think. Were you excited? Did you agree with me? Disagree? And of course, feel free to subscribe to our journey here on YouTube. We are on the way to 10k LT Gamers. I've been Tom for LT Gaming, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now.